Lord, today I pray that you will bless us. Come down with us today. Come by here, Lord. I pray you will come by here. You will touch each and every one of us. Everyone that stands on the sidewalk today that watches this parade. Everyone that is looking around, that's looking for a sense of wanting to be united. I pray, God, that you will just bind us together. There's an old song that says, bind us together with cords that cannot be broken. Lord, I pray that today, as our mayor is here, as our mayor-elect is here, and as each and every citizen is here, Lord, as every council member is here, I pray, God, that this community will be stronger than ever, like never before. I pray, God, that as we get ready to go in this parade, that you will protect us. Protect us from all accidents, seen and unseen, dangers and harms that we know of and that we don't know of, Lord. I pray, God, that you will change the hearts of man in a time where man's heart is so hardened to one another and to you, Lord. I pray that you will soften the hearts of us. Lord, I pray, God, that you will just make sure that we will never be like before, but we will continue to press on the upward way. New heights we gain every day, a higher place that we have found. Lord, plant our feet on higher ground. Lord, I pray that you will touch us today. Bless us one more time. And I pray that we will have a great, fun-filled day with no accidents. And Lord, have your way in us, and everyone say, amen.
Thank you. So at this time, I am going to turn the program over to Chief Moody and to Raheem Smallwood.
Thank you, Director. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, young people.
Good morning.
It is my honor and privilege to be able to take part and to welcome you in what is a tradition, which is libation. Part of libation is honoring our ancestors, our forebears, and our foremothers, but more importantly, in honoring our elders. So at this time, with all the elders, and all of you are elders, those 50, 60 above are elders, those who are younger than that, we know you are elder in your wisdom. So we ask that if you can, line up where you are. When you hear the African instruments ringing, please enter, and we can begin the program. That's our tradition, okay? So the chief will take his rightful place next to the mayor and congressman, Pasquale. We'll allow you to come in and we can get things moving, okay? Thank you. You may enter. Keep that going, gentlemen. Keep it going. Keep it going until the last person is in. That's when you stop. Community, this is how we honor our elders. Those who research, those whose history on this earth, those who struggle, have made it possible for all of us to be here and to excel at what we do. That's why we do this lineup. We know who they are, but we need to acknowledge who they are by honoring them as they take their stand and their place in this sacred ground. So continue to come on in, family. Once the elders are in, everyone else can follow suit and come on in. And we can be one in emotion. We can be one in unity as we move forward in the program. I know that the director has asked for permission, but I'm going to ask for permission again to continue to speak and to continue the program. So I'm going to ask our mayor if I may continue to speak. I thank you and I honor you. Welcome once again. Juneteenth, African Heritage Day Parade. It's great to see everyone in this most sacred ground. My name is Raheem Smallwood. I'll be doing libation with our honorable Chief Tambua Moody. And I just want to say, as we look behind you, you'll see some young people with our red, black, and green flags. That is the Umoja, and that is Buds. Please give them an honorable hand. Because our tradition also teaches us that we must honor our youth, and they are the generation that precedes us. So Buds and Umoja, I honor you, and I thank you for all the work that you do, but most importantly, for the advocacy that you do, leading us to that next generation. Libation is not a religious act. Libation is a spiritual and cultural act, and it's done all over the world, not just by people of African descent, but people of all descent and ethnicity. We, as an African people, use libation to let our forebears and our foremothers know that not only do we honor them, we acknowledge their presence in our spirit, and we acknowledge their presence in everything that we do, and we live our life accordingly to their struggles. So in doing libation, we connect by acknowledging ourselves, our community, and our families. But we also connect by having a holistic approach to a call and response. So myself and Chief Moody are going to do a call and response with you. And as I'm reading the libation statement, your job is to give us energy and to give energy to our ancestors by making the call back. The call that you will make is called Harambe. Does everyone say Harambe?
Harambe.
Now, many of you are probably used to hearing Harambe during Kwanzaa, but Harambe means let us pull together. So we actually use that language every day in everything that we do, okay? So at this time, we always start libation by having the libation statement read. I'm going to ask a very intelligent, very strong Patersonian who's attending Johnson C. Smith University to come up and read the libation statement, and then we're going to go into the call and response. So I'm going to ask Corinne Lawson to come up, please. I'm sorry. I thought I said a very intelligent, strong, bright Johnson C. Smith graduate, high honors, doing Black History Month, and represents Paterson.
Good to see you, Mr.
Good morning. My name is Corinne Lawson.
I heard you. They didn't hear you in the back.
Did you guys hear me?
No.
My name is Corinne Lawson, and I'll be doing the libation statement. The libation ceremony is done in praise and honor of the collective commitment to the work and struggle of the ancestors. It is both instructive and inspirational, as well as mandatory within the framework of our value system. For it is they, forefathers and foremothers, who through their love, labor and struggle laid the foundation for us, pushed our lives and history forward, and gave us basic principles by which we can live our lives in strength, dignity, brotherhood, and sisterhood. Pouring libation and making the libation statement is both an honorific assertion and a call to carry on the struggle and work the ancestors began. It is more clearly defined as a recognition and respect of the contributions of those before us, of our history, and the models it offers us to emulate.
Good job, Corinne. Good job, right?
Yeah.
Ashe. Ashe, if you don't know what Yoruba means, it is. Okay, it's a fact, it's true, and it's definitely what it's just done by Corinne Lawson. At this time, we're going to do call and response. Remember, call and response is I'll read a statement, you respond back by saying Harambe, okay? But before you respond back, let the chief pour water into the plant. And the way that works is we pour water into the plant because, as we know, a plant is part of our harvest, right? Water, as we know, is sacred in everything that we do, okay? So he's going to pour to what we call the four winds, north, south, east, and west. Once he finishes pouring, you'll see his hand go up so you'll know that we in sequence. When the hand comes down, he usually do it with his head too. Chief goes, water, and he's doing his head. And that means Harambe, that means let's get going. You say Harambe. And I need your Harambe to be so loud that it takes us past that place, Pennsylvania Avenue, onto Africa. You remember what the president said about African society, African culture? Well, we need to send a message from here that goes throughout Paterson, throughout the state of New Jersey, onto the continent of Africa. Can we do that?
Yes!
Oh, that's not good. Harambe!
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 That's what I'm talking about. Okay? For the motherland, the cradle of civilization.
Harambe!
Let's go, people. For the ancestors and their indomitable spirit.
Harambe!
Harambe! For the elders, for whom we can learn much.
Harambe!
For our youth, who represent the promise of tomorrow.
Harambe!
For our struggle and the remembrance of those who have struggled on our behalf.
Harambe!
For the Creator, who goes by many names, but who provides us with all things, great and small.
Harambe!
And for all those whose struggle continues, who came in the 13th, 14th, 15th, 16th, 17th, 18th, 19th, and 20th century.
Harambe!
So what we're going to do at this time is we're going to make a call to the ancestors by you and through you. Meaning you can call the name of anyone whose Sankofa, past, present, and future, you know needs to be acknowledged. It can be grandma, grandpa, dad, brother, sister, whomever. We need you to make that call so that your spirit connects with their spirit and all of our spirits connect together to give the honor, privilege, and respect to the person whose name you call. So if it's okay with the family, I'd like to start early on. Me and the young brothers and sisters Buzz and Emoji pour libation to my mother who's here, who was one of the people that stood on these grounds to make sure that this was an underground railroad. We paid honor to my brother who's on this side, who also was not only a great dad, but also a fighter and struggle for the humanity of African people and people of African descent. So I want to first call their names. Dashia Marie Smallwood, Stephen Divine Smallwood. We say Harambe.
Harambe!
And I'm going to ask you to put your right hand in the air for everybody that you call, showing unity and strength. After we finish making this call, we're going to do what we call 7 Harambes, where you hold the last one. So when we finish making this call, we're then going to go call and respond to the 7 Harambes. And I'm asking the chief to count us down. When you get to the last 7 Harambes, you get to the Harambes, the 7 Harambes, we want you to have your fist open. And then you're going to close it as a unified fist and bring it to your chest for each Harambe. Everyone clear? So when I finish this call, I'm going to go through those instructions again, okay? All right, so at this time, family, please make the call of anyone whose names we need to honor and whose work we need to honor.
Thomas and Dr. J.
Thomas and Annie.
Harambe! 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 Harambe!
Marty Barnes.
Harambe! Harambe!
Mary Brunson.
Harambe! Harambe!
Dr. Martin.
Harambe!
Paul Johnson.
Harambe! 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 Larry Toby! Harambe! Dr. Frank Napier! Harambe! Call them out, family! Harambe! Let's honor their work! Harambe! 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 Frederick Douglass! Harambe! 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 Harambe!
Al Sharpton.
Harambe! Harambe!
Join the truth.
Harambe! Harambe! Thank you. Harambe!
Muhammad Ali.
Harambe! 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 Harambe!
Lord Davis.
Harambe! Harambe!
Tommy Davis.
Harambe! 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 Harambe!
Cicely
Harambe!
Cicely
Harambe! Harambe!
Dr. Clark.
Harambe!
Marcus Garvey.
Harambe!
Nelson Mandela.
Harambe!
Rosa Rocco.
Harambe! And to all those whose names have not been called, but nevertheless deserve the same respect and honor of those whose names were called, we say, Harambe! At this time, we're going to do our 7 Harambes. And even though this is known during Kwanzaa, like many of you here, wherever you go, it's either Ashe or Harambe. And once again, Harambe means coming together, okay? So we're gonna do 7 Harambes. We're gonna pull fists open, divided, but not divided, not like we're not together, but our fists are open so that we can bring it close and be one strong, unified front. So our right hand is up with our fingers divided, and each Harambe, we pull it down and we say Harambe. When we get to the 7th Harambe, you hold that last one, and as always, the chief is going to be the loudest and hold his the longest. So is the additional water around? All right, so up, and the young people have their flags. Chief, want to count us down?
Before we do that, I have to say, normally when we do call and response, we call out the names of those who have passed on. I heard of, I hope it's not old man, but I heard of all right. On 3, let's start. And Harambe means let's all pull together, literally. Ja, lay, 2. Harambe! 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 Harambe!
Asante Sana, that means thank you. May we continue to be blessed as one, unified as one, and enjoy this day as one.
Amen.
I'll turn it back over to the director.
Chief Moody and Raheem Smallwood, thank you, and we all thank them, right? Yes, because they bring the ancestors, for us to get to the ancestors, every time we have an event that is relative to our heritage. And I thank you guys so much, and thank you. All of the school-based youth, both of the programs.
Moja.
Moja. Yes, and Buzz. Thank you. Okay, so now it gives me great pleasure, so much pleasure, to introduce our mayor. And you all have a program, and because this is only a 45-minute program, because we have to get to Masonic Temple and board up for the parade and get busy with that, I want to ask our Honorable Mayor Jane E. Williams-Warren.
All right.
So I don't belabor following the program. The Honorable Andre Sayer, Mayor-elect, is here. Honorable Council President Ruby Cotton is next. And then we'll have words from Deacon Thomas Crawford regarding history, and also Jimmy Richardson regarding the sacred land. And I know. And then also the African American Parade Committee. But prior to Mayor-elect Andre Sayer, we'll hear a few words from our congressman, if that's okay with the family. And we also have Governor McGreevy here, so I want to give a shout out to him as well. Okay? All right, thank you.
Good morning.
Good morning.
First, giving honor to God for allowing us to get to this day. What a beautiful day God has made for us for this celebration. I give honor and I pay homage to our Chief Moody. I pay homage to our Master of Ceremonies, Brother Smallwood, and also Sister Donna Ivy. I pay homage to our Congressman, our President, Ruby Cotton, the Honorable Ruby Cotton, to our Mayor-elect, the Honorable Andre Sayer, and our other elected officials. But I pay homage to my family. You are family. We have been a family since we came here. God has brought us a long way. I am honored to be the Grand Marshal of this wonderful occasion. I thank God for our city. I thank God for our young people who are here representing us today. We have come this far by faith. God has brought us a long way since we came to this country, and I know that God will continue to bless us. We have to stick together as a family. We have to stick together as a city, because we cannot possibly flourish and go further and succeed if we don't stick together as a city and as a family. I thank God for all the organizers of this wonderful day, because God has allowed them to continue this tradition. This tradition brings us all together as one. As I sat here, I remembered my mother, who fought and struggled in the civil rights movement, who continued. As my sister, she fought in the civil rights movement. We all know what it's like to come this far. We have come this far by faith. I thank God for this day. I thank God for the organizers. I thank God for everyone that's here today, because I know I am only mayor because of all the people who laid the foundation for me to stand here today. May God continue to bless our people. May God continue to bless our city, and may God continue to bless our country. God bless America. God bless the city of Paterson. Thank God for each and every one of you.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. We are on sacred ground. I remember many moons ago when I was the mayor, coming here with the Van Rensselaer family, staking out the place. So this is sacred to us. Grande. This is sacred to all of our families and our ancestors. Tomorrow morning, I'm going to open up Father's Day, go to a federal prison to visit those refugees who've been separated from their children. So the last group that went many months ago went to jail. Well, come and visit. This is serious business. This is very serious business. Think of all of those people who came through the Underground Railroad, who were separated from their children. Some never to see them again. So unless you've been through that, and I haven't, unless you've been through that, you don't really understand the magnitude of what this celebration is about today. So thank you all for coming here. God bless the Rensselaer family, the Van Rensselaer family. Right, Mr. Moody, for always looking ahead. The mother was just a beautiful woman. She was unstoppable. And I think about her often. And Skip and the whole family I know does too, just up the street. God bless this great country. God bless those who were in the Underground Railroad, who experienced firsthand. Came to this spot, came to this area. The streets that are gone now, some of the side streets. This is where they began their new lives. The Pontoon family that took them in. A lot of history right here. There's a lot of history in Paterson. And when we move through government, its chief job is to preserve our history. Not just part of it, but all of it. God bless you, and God have a great day.
Good morning, Paterson.
Good morning, man.
Since we've joined as a family to celebrate, I'd be remiss if I didn't ask everybody to join me in wishing my friend and former colleague on the council a happy birthday, Anthony Davis.
Happy birthday
Go ahead, Sarah.
to you.
Happy birthday
to you.
Stevie Wonder style. But nevertheless,
They hate me.
we're here
That was nice.
at this site, and I want to thank Tony Perez and the Parking Authority, because they didn't let us forget. Congress, you talked about preservation. This is what we need to do more of in Paterson, because Paterson is a historic city, and we played a role in American history. Huntoon, then Rensselaer, they came together in what today we would consider one Paterson, because one was black and one was white. And it didn't matter what color they were. It was the cause. And they showed the courage, and they showed the strength. And Harriet Tubman, who's considered the conductor of this Underground Railroad, and the irony is that it was neither underground nor was it a railroad, but she was the Moses of the movement. And there has been talk she was going to be on the $10 bill, but Alexander Hamilton is on the $10 bill, so Paterson probably wouldn't want that to happen. But the $20 bill is where she belongs. And now there's a little pushback, Governor. They've delayed Harriet Tubman being placed on the $20 bill to replace Andrew Jackson, who was a slaveholder and mistreated Native Americans. Whoa. So if there's an action item that can come out of today, it's to make that push for Harriet Tubman to take her rightful place on the $20 bill. So Paterson family, we're about to march. And let's march with pride. As Patersonians and as Americans.
That's right.
Harambe.
Thank you. Good morning to everyone. Good morning. You know, I'm happy to be here, to our mayor, to our congressmen, and I have to say to all the honorees, the grand marshals for today, it is an honor to be here. It's an honor to never forget our ancestors. It's an honor for us to always remember the struggle that we all had to get to where we are today, and our families to get to where we are, because it's not easy, but we must never forget the struggle. We must make sure our youth understand the history of everything that has happened to our families. And so I want to say I'm happy to see my Councilman Bill McCoy here with me today. I have my Vice President here, Councilman Louis Velez of the 5th Ward, McCoy of the 3rd Ward. And it's about unity. It's about coming together and making the city and moving it forward with our new mayor that was elected. And I say to you, Paterson can be great.
Right.
It was great. It could be great again. And we as a community must all work together to do what we need to do to make it happen. And I always say, we're in this together. No matter what nationality we are, we're in this city together. And we must act like we're in here together, and not one person or one ethnic group or one culture is going to think that they're going to be in control of everything all the time. So let's enjoy each other today, because this is what Juneteenth means. Enjoy each other, no negativity, have fun together. And back in the day, remember how we had fun on those farms. You know, after working hard all day long, we knew how to get together and have fun and dance and sing, and we did all of that. So let's do that today for all of us. And God bless all of you for coming out and being part of this, and not forgetting about the history and not forgetting about the struggle. Thank you, thank you, thank you. God bless you all.
Good morning. Glad to see everyone is out this morning to help celebrate this special occasion and our heritage. Vision for our heritage and our future. The African Heritage Parade Committee, giving an overview of our organization. First, giving honor and praise to our Heavenly Father, who has given our Heritage Parade Committee a successful parade and festival in our city of Paterson. With much prayer, the committee continues to produce a Heritage Parade year after year. With the help of our community, we can achieve. This is a cultural celebration. We will continue to highlight our past history and also open doors for our brighter future. I will also mark our major achievements as we show the strength, the humanity, the ingenuity, and the contributions of people of African descent. On July 9th, 2003, as the founder and organizer of this event, with the support from the Passaic County Freeholder Director Elise Evans in 2004, laid the plans to organize and hold a parade in the city. Meetings were held at the Paterson branch of the NAACP, Calvary Baptist Church, where it all began. Our heritage flag was dedicated on Sunday, May 29th, 2005, at Calvary Baptist Church, which leads our parade still today. The Heritage Parade Committee became an incorporated body in 2006. Our first Grand Marshals were Reverend Alfred Steele and Brother Alonzo Moody in 2006. In 2008, our first female Grand Marshal was Assemblywoman Elise Evans. We should continue to celebrate our rich heritage and achieve the future. I've learned to listen, trust, and have faith in God, because there's no vision without faith. Let us stay committed to our heritage of the African Heritage Parade Committee. Need your support. Our motto is, and everyone please say this with me, unity is when we come together. Unity is when we come together. Unity is when we come together. God bless you. Have a wonderful day. And thank you for allowing me to come and present this brief history of our organization.
In the year of 1841 holds a very significant time marker in the timeline of the Underground Railroad. In 1841, the first Anti-Slavery Society convention was held here. The first Anti-Slavery Society convention was held here in the city of Paterson, marking the first civil rights movement in this country. Ladies and gentlemen, in 1841, the other part of it that makes it so significant is Josiah Huntoon, one of the founders and the president of the Paterson Anti-Slavery Society, buys a home across the street, which makes Paterson, Passaic County Public Library, part of Passaic County Community College, part of the Underground Railroad movement. He buys a house across the street, and in mid-1850s, he buys a building here on this very sacred site. And this sacred site becomes part of the Underground Railroad, because this is where the enslaved that were leaving or fleeing, came here to be housed, to be fed, and to be moved out overnight with the Underground Railroad. As a result of that, William Van Rensselaer, who was an African American, comes to Paterson in the mid-1850s as a result of running from the Fugitive Slave Act. And he comes and he settles here with his family. And in settling here, he befriends Josiah Huntoon, and William Van Rensselaer befriend each other. They became such good friends that Josiah Huntoon sends him to Canada to be educated as a mechanical engineer. And in that education, he finds the Underground Railroad routes that lead into Paterson and into New Jersey. And ladies and gentlemen, I am proud to say that through those efforts of those two men, Paterson has become renowned in the Underground Railroad movement. And I am very pleased to say that I'm glad to see you all here to celebrate their legacy, and it doesn't become a victim of paper genocide. Thank you.
Thank you, Jimmy. Great job.
Excellent job. You know, I was remiss earlier because I wanted to make sure that everybody knows. Hey, Tony. That's not why I was remiss today. This is the sacred part of our day. Calling our ancestors into our community is something that's very powerful, because that's something that we always have to hold on to. And I just thank you all. We are growing. The numbers are here. We are going to continue to grow, because I think our residents, our city of Paterson, knows how important it is to remember, just as everyone else said. So now, without further ado, because we are on time, thank you all so very much, all of those that spoke before, but now our president, Ms. Ada Pugh.
Woo, woo, woo. Good morning. I thank God for this precious day. I'm not going to reminisce about Harriet Tubman, the struggle, because we have the people right here. A Jane Williams, a Dr. Fulmore, Bill McCoy, Janet McDaniel, Chief Moody, Steve Howe, Mr. Gady, Bernard Jones, Thomas Crawford, Donna, Ari, Wahida. You are my mentors. Because if it wasn't for some of you, some of us younger people I'm young. Michael Jackson. If it weren't for some of y'all leadership that we see that as positive for our children, and for me, I won't be doing the things I'm doing in Anthony Davis, I'm sorry.
That's right.
That I'm doing. And Anthony, we went to high school, and I have always seen a lot of positive things that you have done for the community. And I give you props. But today commenced 153 years that they have been set free. So all over the country today, just not African Americans, it was a lot of different cultures that were set free. Mexicans, African Americans, Hispanics, all. So today, we are celebrating everybody's culture. So I just want to say to the honorees this year, Grand Marshal, the Mayor, Dr. Pullmore, Janet, Mr. G, Bernard, thank you guys. On behalf of the African Heritage Parade Committee, we would like to say thank you for accepting. Thank you everybody for coming to celebrate this morning and this day. I want everybody to go in Eastside Park. But first of all, I want us to go to Masonic, walk this parade, get in the park, enjoy family, friend, and fun.
That's right.
I just want to say, dignitaries that's here, that's walking in the front, please don't get by the Masonic Temple and start talking to your friends like you ain't seen them in 20 years. I was told to please give y'all this message. When you get there, get up in front and line up so we can go. We have no more money to pay. So thank you guys, love you. Oh, Mayor, land of the wreath, please.
What's going over there?
Oh, okay.
Oh, I'm back.
Thank you. As we are preparing to lay the wreath, I just want to make sure that everybody knows that DPW is the backbone of all of our programs, and I just want to thank them for coming out here this early.
How you doing, man?
Tony Perez, Lee Evans, there's so many to name. Captain Paul, and taking me away. Thank you all for being here. Thank you. God bless.
Councilman, how you doing?
Hey, how you doing?
What's up, brother? All right.
How's everything, man?
Great.
Goodbye now.
Sorry, I didn't get funny there. How you doing?
Let me get all of them.
Happy birthday.
He wants you in the picture, I think.
She said something about this.
That's nice. Okay.
Bring it up to the forefront.
Ada, turn around and be in the picture.